At Yale University, home to the secret society known as the Skull and Bones, which has initiated several vice presidents, senators, and presidents, there is an ancient manuscript written completely in cipher. This manuscript has never been publicly translated. It was acquired by Yale from a book trader called Wilfrid Voynich and has become known as the Voynich manuscript. This handwritten, highly detailed manuscript was discovered by Wilfrid Voynich at Villa Mondrigoni near Frascati, south of Rome, more than 100 years ago. Villa Mondrigoni means the house of the world of dragons. Villa Mondrigoni was a training college for Jesuits. The most famous Jesuit of all time was Ignatius Loyola, whose secret society was the first to use the name Illuminati. The secret discipline of the Jesuit secret societies inspired Heinrich Himmler to form his own SS, Cult of the Black Sun. Adam Weishaupt was a Jesuit, and he formed the Bavarian Illuminati secret society based on the secret teachings of Jesuits in the 1700s. Like many buildings owned by secret societies and institutions of the royal political elite, Villa Mondrigoni has a garden filled with statues of reptilian creatures. Villa Mondrigoni was recently filmed by the BBC for a documentary about the Voynich manuscript. Wilfrid Voynich acquired the manuscript and took it back to his shop in Shaftesbury Avenue in central London. He placed a price tag of $165,000 on the manuscript, which was full of diagrams of herbs, flowers, and vines. It is patently clear to anyone who has studied magic that the Voynich manuscript is actually a book of magical spells, incantations, magical astrology, cosmology, and herbology. Many drawings in the Voynich manuscript feature hallucinogenic plants, such as the blue lily of the Nile, which has been confirmed by Professor Andrew Sherratt of Sheffield University as containing hallucinogenic alkaloids which create a feeling similar to modern-day ecstasy or MDMA. The Voynich manuscript has drawings of naked women standing and laying in pools of water with tube-like structures around them. These women are more than likely oracles laying and standing in pools in underground caverns. Other diagrams in the Voynich manuscript show how to place a goat in the center of a magic circle and transform its spirit into the evil goat of Mendes, one of the ancient apparitions associated with the devil himself. The Voynich manuscript is a magical textbook with drawings of hallucinogenic plants and tube or trumpet-shaped apparatus. In spiritualism, it is very common that whispers from spirits are amplified using what is known as a spirit trumpet. At various underground oracle temples, crowds would sit around openings carved into the rock and listen to the amplified whispers of the oracle sitting deep within the temple.
I invite you to drink the healing water and ride horses through our time together. Let's not hide what we have heard, and let's keep what we have found.
The Voynich manuscript is written entirely in cipher, and there are only 3 manuscripts written entirely in code prior to the year 1500. The Voynich manuscript is one of them. Many words in the manuscript repeat, and this is a sure sign that the manuscript contains spells, as magical incantations often repeat the same word many times.
Peggy, get up. Repeat after me the words of the Susama ritual. Uriel Seraphim,
Oriel Seraphim,
Io Potesta,
Io Potesta,
Zati Zata,
Zati Zata,
Galatim Galata.
Galatim Galata.
At the corner of each page of the Voynich manuscript, page numbers have been added, and the handwriting has been matched to that of Elizabethan magician Dr. John Dee and psychic medium Edward Kelly. The Voynich manuscript is perhaps the most important magical text of its age, dating from before the 15th century. It is now in the custody of the Beinecke Library at Yale University, who strictly forbid public access to the Voynich manuscript. When the BBC recently made a program and radio show about the manuscript, they were prevented from removing the manuscript from the room, and the curator refused to utter even a single word. clearly. The Voynich manuscript is a magical grimoire, part of a corpus of magical works which were codenamed the Holy Grail in the 12th and 13th centuries. According to a letter found inside the Voynich manuscript, it had previously been owned by Emperor Rudolf in Prague, who had employed Dr. John Dee and Edward Kelly to conjure spirits for the royal political elite. The British Library, the Louvre in Paris, and even the Royal Collection of the British Royal Family all have similar grimoire texts in their vaults. Most of the original grimoire texts, almost without exception, were written in Arabic and Hebrew. Before the Kabbalah became popular in 13th century Europe, there existed in ancient Israel a form of Jewish shamanic magic known as Mahaseh Merkava, the working of the chariot. Many of the grimoire texts explain the techniques for summoning demons and even how to invoke the spirits of planets into the magician's magic circle. The original texts are based on knowledge from before the time of the pharaohs. The Catholic Church formed the Inquisitions in order to control the distribution of this occult knowledge. In Umberto Eco's book, The Name of the Rose, he tells of how medieval monks poisoned each other in order to keep certain ancient texts secret.
Lemon juice. Someone was at great pains to conceal the secret of the first magnitude. The calligraphy is without question left-handed. And the only left-handed member of your community is, or rather was, Brother Berenger, the assistant librarian. Now, what kind of secret knowledge would he have been privy to?
I have the feeling that you're about to tell me.
Books, restricted books, spiritually dangerous books.
Most of the well-known grimoires are said to have been written, or at least commissioned, by King Solomon of Israel.